guys, it's Fantayzia and welcome to an exciting Sims 4 discussion video. So I just did the survey that we got. It was like a community survey where we got to just leave a bunch of feedback about things we want in the game. There was all these really interesting questions that covered babies, like every life stage, and just asked really interesting things like along the lines of like shopping malls and high school, like going to high school with your Sims, and NPC story progression, and just really cool stuff that was very interesting. You know, a Sims having deeper just connections and just all this cool stuff. So definitely recommend taking that survey. I just did a video on it if you want to check that out, so you guys know where to find the survey. But yeah, it's on SimGuru Frost Twitter as well. But during that survey, there was a question that didn't make any sense to me. They basically did not include teenagers when it came to like what life stages do we want more gameplay for the most. I don't know exactly how the sentence was worded, but basically it was asking us like what life stages we want more gameplay for, and we had to like put it in order. So it had all the life stages except for teenagers. So it even had babies, like it included every single life stage, even the life stage that is technically an object. So like babies were on there, toddlers, children, young adult, elders, like every single life stage, and then just not teenagers. Teenagers were not listed. And I was like, what? So that was really weird to me. And I was like, they couldn't just forget teenagers. Like, I really don't feel like they forgot it. In a way, I feel like it's almost a hint letting us know that we're going to be getting a pack based on teenagers. So then I started thinking about it. And I was like, oh, what if that's the game pack? So if you guys do not know, we have 3 new packs coming out within the next 6 months. We have an expansion pack, we have a game pack, and a stuff pack. We already know what the stuff pack is going to be. It's going to be the knitting stuff pack, the one we've been having the community votes for. So it's basically a stuff pack created by the community. So we know what that is. But the expansion pack and the game pack, we have no idea. There hasn't been very many hints or very much talk about it. We haven't gotten any trailers, nothing like that. For the expansion pack, there's a couple things I could see it being, but I did a video talking about like what I think the expansion pack could be and the game pack. And for the game pack, I was like, I couldn't think of very many things. And it almost just seems like, I don't know, because generations would definitely be an expansion pack. I feel like even a farming pack would be an expansion pack, maybe a game pack, but I feel like if they gave us farming as a game pack, people would be really disappointed because there's a lot of things that go into farming. First of all, that's a lot of farm animals, multiple different animals. Like we got a whole expansion pack on cats and dogs that only included 2 animals. So I feel like if they were going to give us a farming pack, it would be an expansion. I think even before, one of the sim gurus had like a vote about what we'd be most interested in for an expansion pack. He specifically said expansion pack, and one of the options was farming. So I feel like that right off the bat kind of lets us know if we ever do get a farming pack, it would be an expansion. And like if you guys think about it, we would need a whole new farming world. You know, we would have, obviously we would need horses, cows, pigs, chickens. Like if it's called farming, we need the farming animals. Like people would be so angry if they only gave us like horses or something, you know. They would give us all the farming animals for sure. Maybe not every single one, but like definitely the main ones like chickens, cows, pigs, you know, and of course horses. And then, you know, a whole new world, there would need to be a whole new attire that would match like the farming life. So many new interactions with the animals, barns, like all these different things they would do. You know, the chickens would lay eggs, they could go get the egg. Like there would just be so much stuff that they would have to put into it that I do not feel like would go well for a game pack. So generations, farming, I feel like would both be expansions. And then I thought of the idea of like an amusement park pack, which I also think would have to be an expansion. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, I feel like that'd be a very big pack. If you think about it, if they want to bring the amusement park, you know, thing to life to the fullest and make it actually feel like an amusement park, I feel like it would, again, need to be an expansion pack. There's just too many things going on for an amusement park to make it a game pack, in my opinion. If you guys think of the game packs we have right now, they're always like based on a very specific topic that they can kind of cram into a pack that is not as small as a stuff pack, but also not as big as a expansion pack. You know, like, I don't know. Like, and they always, game packs never have like huge items in them. Or like an amusement park would have like bigger rides and like just too many different food stalls and like just amusement park games and just too many things. Your sim has to like walk into the amusement park, put their ticket in, all this stuff that I feel like they should do if they made that type of pack that would need to be an expansion. And then I feel like there'd be destination worlds to go to these amusement parks. I don't know how it would work, but anyways, that's just how my mind's thinking of it. And remember, Island Living is an expansion pack. So that's the amount of content they put in an expansion, which a lot of people feel like is lacking. So I definitely feel like Generations, Farming, and Amusement Park would have to be an expansion. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just what it seems like. So when I did my video discussing like what could the game packs be, I did mention like maybe like another occult, but then they said like that it should be a pack that we've never really seen before. Like, I don't know, it's supposed to be something we've never had. And I don't know, it just gets me thinking. So I was trying to think of things that we've never seen before, and I was like, hey, maybe amusement park could be a game pack. I don't know. Maybe some sort of occult sim we've never had. I don't know, but that doesn't really make sense because I feel like we've had all the occult sims in previous Sims games. And yeah, I just couldn't think of as many things for the game pack. I had some ideas, but I was very like unsure about what would happen. And then it wouldn't be another destination pack because we've had it before. Like Jungle Adventure, the camping, So now when I did this survey, I was like, they left out teenagers for what we want to see more for, all the different life stages. What do we want more for? Teenagers aren't there. Teenagers are still lacking with the things that teenagers usually do. Like, I don't know. There's just so many things that aren't there. And because, when I talk about wanting a Generations pack, there's so many things I list that are specifically for teenagers. So I was like, what if the game pack is like The Sims 4 Teenage Life or something? I don't know what it would be called, but that's just what popped in my head right away. I was like, oh, imagine The Sims 4 Teenage Life or whatever it would be called. But I'm saying Teenage Life because it just sounds, I don't know, I like it. I like the sound of it. It gets me excited. It tells you right away what it's about, and I like that title. It's very simple, but I just like it. Or Teenage Living. Okay, that's a good one too. But usually they do like living with expansion packs, right? I feel like they don't really do that with game packs. Anyway, Teenage Life is what I first thought of, and I was like, what if that's the game pack? Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I swear to God, if that is the game pack, I am a genius. Okay, I'm definitely far from that. Like, I feel like there is some packs that I guessed correctly when it comes to like expansions. Like, I was like, oh, we're totally getting seasons. When seasons came, like, I don't know, there was just a lot of things that made it obvious that, I don't know, I feel like I definitely predicted some packs that we ended up getting. So, which most simmers do. But when it comes to this thought, I could be totally off because there hasn't really been any hints. So when there's no hints for something and I'm just guessing this, like, I'm just suddenly like, oh yeah, we're gonna get Teenage Life. Okay, obviously I don't get your hopes up because this is just like at the top of my head, like this is just what I thought. But when I thought of it, I got this really excited feeling. And obviously I'm not gonna get excited for something that we haven't even had any indication that we're getting. But it's just really weird that teenagers are not included, and it could be because they feel like there's enough content for teenagers, which if they feel that way, that is really weird. However, it's weird that they included every single life stage, even the life stages that have a lot of content. Like, for example, they've given us a lot of packs that have content for young adults, but young adults are still there. So I'm like, why isn't teenagers there? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I feel like when they're doing a survey, they make sure to go through it thoroughly and make sure they included everything. Like, how could they just forget teenagers? I don't feel like they forgot it. I feel like it's not there for a reason. I feel like it's a hint. I don't know. And I feel like it's like an empty hint where they're not there and we don't know why. And we can only just guess. And my guess is definitely that the game pack could be for teenagers. And if that's the case, I will be over the moon. If we get an expansion pack based on something along the lines of Teenage Life, I will be so excited. If we get proper graduation for the teenagers, if we get teen parties, things that could be in a Generations pack, but okay. Another thing, I know this sounds stupid, but I obviously want a Generations pack, but at the same point, if they give us game packs focusing on the things that should be in Generations, like if they gave us a children's pack and a teenagers pack, I feel like that also would complete my whole missing thing in The Sims. Of course, I'd much prefer like a Generations pack focusing on all the life stages, but I don't know, a big thing that I feel like is missing is like stuff for teenagers. There's so many things. Like if you guys watch the Sims 3 Generations trailer, not to make it like The Sims 3, but it'll just give you ideas. It'll get your mind like working of all the things that are missing for teenagers. And if you like look up like the different things that come with Generations in The Sims 3, there's just like so many great things for teenagers that we need. And I feel like teenagers do so many different things that just other life stages don't really do. And I would just love it. I would love for like them to be able to throw teenage parties and the cops show up or something. I would love them to have the responsibility to babysit their siblings and actually have to babysit them. Like the parents be like, hey, we're going out. You need to babysit your little sister. And they actually have to take care of them or they can get in trouble. I would love to see sneaking out. I would love just so many things and like proper sneaking out. Like I feel like if in Parenthood, if your Sims get grounded and they sneak out, like they can get in trouble, but it's not what I'm imagining. I'm picturing it differently. Like imagine you be able to click on your Sims window and click sneak out. Even if it was just like a thing where they teleport, they teleport from the window to outside. I don't care. That would still be so cool. And they can like sneak off and do the little sneak walk and like sneak off to their friend's house or a boy's house or like a girl's house, whatever. I think that'd be so cool. I just think there's so many things. Obviously we don't have cars, but if that becomes a thing, it would be cool if they could learn to drive, have like driving lessons, get their license. I don't know. There's just so many things that would be so fun for them. And I think they could absolutely make a whole pack based on teenagers. Also, like more teenage related clothing and furniture. Okay, this is another big thing. Clothing. Now, we do have clothing that works for teens. However, I feel like from the beginning, we've always just gotten young adult clothing when it comes to getting new clothing in packs. And some of them work for teenagers and some of them don't. And I feel like if we get specific teenage clothing, I know nowadays a lot of teenagers do dress like young adults. Like seriously, I don't know. Example, if you go onto TikTok, there's so many teenagers that are dressing the exact same as I dress. That's just how it is now. But there's still those certain items that give you the classic teenage look. Even like the classic teenage summer look that you see so many of the girls on social media wearing. A little graphic crop top with little short shorts, with some Converse. Of course, that's not everyone's style, but I'm saying I see that all the time on like 16, 15-year-olds, 14, 15, yeah. And if it's their style, of course. And like even clothing that has like the classic teenage emo style, I think that would be really, really cool to see. Just more like scene/emo hairstyles. And I know nowadays there's not as many teenagers, because when I was a teenager there was so many teenagers that had that look, and nowadays I feel like I don't see as many teenagers with that look. However, definitely still exists. Like, yes, I see teenagers still on social media that have that style, and it'd be so cool just to see it in The Sims. So that would be really cool. And like teenage skater style, teenage preppy style, Visco girl. That would be cool. Even though that's like all ages as well. I feel like every style can be all ages, but it's just there's certain items that you're like, okay, this looks like a teenager, especially because the teenagers are the same height as the adults. It would be really great to just have more clothing items that are just really differing them more. And then same for the furniture. We did get some more teenage looking furniture in like Parenthood, for example, but that's basically it. I feel like with Parenthood, we got stuff for kids too. So I feel like we're getting furniture items for kids and teens. We did get some clothing items for teens too, but just not enough. I feel like there's just not enough, because a lot of times in multiple packs, we'll get stuff for kids and we'll get clothing for them, furniture. But then when it comes to the teenagers, they don't really get stuff specific for them. Usually we just get stuff for young adults. And it can work on the teenagers, but sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to get at here. And it'd be so fun to see like prom and just different things. Different like things that happen at school, like different pop-ups, and like having their first crush be a more like meaningful thing, exciting thing. And I think that'd be so cool. And like their first kiss being just a more like just important moment, and stuff like that. I don't know, teen drama, creating rumors, bullies. Obviously kids have bullies as well, but it would just be an appropriate thing to put in a teenage pack, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's done in a right way, because bullying can be like very sad. As long as it's done in a way where it's not like serious bullying, you know, like just the someone was mean to the kid at school that day, and you know, they get like a bad relationship with them. Whenever they see them walk by the street, they like kind of, they're just like snarky with them. Bullying like that, I guess. Not really like bullying, just like two teenage Sims that do not like each other and they don't get along no matter what. I think that would be really cool. And sometimes they have no reason to dislike them. Teenagers like stealing boyfriend and girlfriends from their friends, like just stuff, crazy stuff like that would create like drama. And then like they could bring cops back with that, you know, throw a teenage party, the cops show up, the cops like take them away for the night, the parents gotta go and pick them up. I think it'd be so cool. Just like the crazy teenage life, but also just like things teenagers do that are just chill too. Like, you know, I don't know. I just think it would be so cool. And I just feel like it'd be cool if they were more moody and stuff. Also be cool if they were like going through puberty and got different moodlets for it. And if they could get real acne, please, not just the stuff you put on in Create a Sim, like kind of how it works with Slice of Life and just stuff like that. So puberty would be a really cool thing, even if they're not actually like their body's not actually changing, because I doubt the Sims would do that. Even if it was just like a moodlet they experience for a few days, that would be really, really cool. And it just like affects their mood, and maybe it either gives them confidence or lowers their confidence. I don't know. I think it would be so neat. And yeah, there's just so many different things that I feel like would be so fun. It would also be really neat if they kind of changed the whole alcohol system where teens cannot drink alcohol. But because now teens can just walk up to the bar and just have it. And I never understood that, because it is, even though it's just like juice, it is supposed to be alcohol. We all know this. There's bars in The Sims. Like, it's supposed to be alcohol. So why can teens just drink it? I feel like they should restrict it the way they do for kids. I don't know why teens can just drink it. However, teens do sneak alcohol. So it would be cool if they could like sneak it, like try to sneak it without their parents seeing. And if their parents see it, they get in trouble. So things like that I feel like would be so cool. But yeah, that's basically some ideas I have. I have so many in my head, but I don't want this video to be like 40 minutes long. So I'm going to wrap it up here. But that survey really is making me think the game pack is going to be based on teenagers. Again, I could be totally wrong, but comment down below what you think. I need to see if other people are talking about this, because I'm so curious. If anyone else has talked about this, let me know in the comments actually, because I want to go like see their opinions, whether it was like a video or on Instagram, Twitter, anywhere. Let me know, because I'm curious if anyone else kind of like caught on to that in the survey. I haven't watched anyone else's videos on the survey either, so I don't know if anyone else was like, oh, teenagers aren't included here. But yeah, I think it means something. I really, really do. So comment down below what you guys think. And we are going to do our notification at Fantacorn fam shout out. So this one goes to Symphony. Thank you so much for clicking super fast. I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you guys want a chance to be in a notification at Fantacorn fam shout out, all you got to do is comment down below. You can comment anything you want, or you can comment some unicorn emojis and turn your notifications on. So you guys, I am going to wrap this up here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are all having an amazing, amazing day. And don't forget to leave some positivity down below. I love you guys all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. You gotta listen up, listen up. There's not a thing that I can't get from you. Boy, I don't need that much, need that much.